Hey folks, Debate Brothers here.
I'm Debate Brother number 2. This is Debate Brother number 1.
Sorry if we've been gone for a while. We've been really busy with everything and just been kind of lazy.
Yeah, and also we've been having some renovations done to our house. And a quick update. I'm about to recount all the movies I've had. It's going to be a little smaller number though, but that's coming soon. And I've been organizing again. But we're here to talk about our review of the movie Morbius,
Which was done by Sony Pictures.
It came out on April 1st. That was our birthday. But we went the day after our birthday, April 2nd. But
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 17%. And I can see why when we after we watch the movie.
And we'll explain why. But if you don't want to be, know anything, don't watch the video because there will be some spoilers. Okay, first of all, there's one good thing I did love about it. Jared Leto, he was amazing as Morbius.
Oh yeah, definitely. Jared Leto did a way good job as Morbius.
Yeah, better than he did the Joker.
Well, actually, no. They didn't give him enough screen time to prove himself for that role.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, most of this cast is unknown to me and my brother. We don't know who most of the cast is except for Jared Leto. But nicely filmed in New York, Los Angeles, I don't know where really. But it was a great city they filmed in. The movie is very rushed, and the characters don't really go into detail. The villain is not well received because we don't get into much character depth, and
all we know is he's a cripple, that all of a sudden, boom, he gets his vampire powers from taking the formula that cured Michael Morbius.
Yeah. And Morbius isn't really struggling with that personality that he did in the animated Spider-Man series.
In a way, he was, actually. You saw how he had to keep consuming,
blood?
Synthetic blood in order to, be able to not let the vampire take control.
But it was not as powerful as the animated series. And that's not like how Willem Dafoe was as Green Goblin, battling his dark side. Not wanting it to take over.
Now, if you recall, though, Morbius said...
Stop yawning.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little sleepy, okay? Now, as I was saying, before you rudely interrupted me...
Get back to the report.
Let me say it, okay? I'm doing it on my own time, okay? Now, as I was saying, Morbius had to... If you remember the thing, he said... Every time I take the synthetic blood, the time lasting between the taking of it is getting shorter, which means pretty soon he'll have to feast on human blood.
But I was hardly ever feeling bad for the character. But now we're no longer into the characters. Now we're going to talk about the effects. The vampire effects are very amazing. This CGI effects were done really well, just like they did with Colin Farrell in the movie Fright Night in 2011.
I must say the effects are very good, but yet they are lacking in a certain aspect because every time he's using his powers, it looks like he's got, like flame or, almost like energy flame moving behind him. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool still.
Yeah, and also, there's a lot of moments in the film that made me want to actually fall asleep in the theater, and our cousins... We're sort of starting to lower their heads in disappointment and say, is this really happening? And number one here saw several guys really get up and leave.
I counted 6 people, actually. They got up and left.
6 people left the theater.
Yeah.
Anyway, the romantic story between him and
his girlfriend, way too rushed. There was no real development between them. And the fact that when she is killed by his former best friend, she comes back as a vampire. That
just by Morbius kissing her and getting some of his blood into her mouth.
That does not make any sense at all. Nothing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna kill her, let her stay dead.
Yeah. Anyway, the fight between Morbius and his friend was hardly entertaining. It was Milo, yeah. Morbius and Milo's fight was very short-lived. It wasn't like how Spider-Man would fight his common enemies in the Maguire movies and the others.
Yeah, it was just a rushed fight. However, it was a really good fight because Morbius used one of his powers, which was echo communication to the bats. He's called in every vampire bat he had collected, and they came to his aid, and held back Milo long enough for him to inject the anti-serum into him, which would end up killing him.
Yeah, but also, our manager at our store where we work, he just loves it. He still loves it no matter how much people don't like it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still a box office failure. It only got about $110 million now from when I looked at it, out of an $83 million
budget, which is not good.
As a matter of fact, it won't make any sense bringing in Michael Keaton, the Vulture, from the MCU into the Sonyverse.
This actually canons with the Doctor Strange's spell at the end of Spider-Man: No Way Home. Portals are opening up and bringing characters to other universes in this.
Yeah. So, anyway, the music was awesome.
I got to admit that music was really awesome indeed.
The best parts to me, however, would have to be the scene on the boat where Michael Morbius has his girlfriend inject him with the formula to try to cure him of his disease. Instead, it turns him into a vampire, and that was some very good vampire action right there.
Yeah.
Almost like you're watching a horror film again.
Kind of like 30 Days of Night.
Yeah. Then the fight with Milo when he has him in the subway tunnel, fighting him there. And then his final showdown going into another area where he would end up killing him. Yeah.
Best parts to me was always the vampire action. Then there was one moment that I was not suspecting that it was a jump scare. The nurse that Milo kills.
Yeah, it's a very interesting scene as she's coming down the hallway. The lights are designed to light up as you go near them because they got motion sensors on them. So she turns around and sees the lights following her, which means Milo's following her. She starts running and then turns on all the lights, and then, there's nothing there. She turns back around and wham, he grabs her and kills her.
Making us at first think it was Morbius falling to his desires before Milo revealed to him in jail that he was the one who did it.
Oh yeah, very good. And I mean,
the actor who plays Milo is a really great guy. I'm sure he's done better movies than this.
He was in Doctor Who.
Who's Doctor?
No, Doctor Who. It's a TV show about a guy who can time travel in a phone booth and stuff.
Wait a minute. Didn't Bill and Ted already do that? Wait, we're not talking about Bill and Ted. But anyway, I know about Doctor Who. I was just trying to do that Abbott and Costello routine, but
it doesn't work with that in a way. It would only work if you do like the Who's on first, what's on second, and I don't know on third routine.
Well, anyway, all in all, this is not a movie I'd add to my movie collection.
Definitely not. In fact, it was a 50-50 for me.
Yeah,
I liked it
good
at the same time.
And bad.
But it was just so hard to enjoy at the same time. But you gotta enjoy Jared Leto. He is a bomb in this.
He's the only reason to watch this movie again. Like Arnold is the only reason, or Uma Thurman only is the reason to watch Batman and Robin from Joel Schumacher.
No, I only watched that terrible excuse of Batman just for the fun of it. I don't care about Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Mr. Freeze. I mean, he does a good performance in my sight. In a mediocre way, of course, but then there's George Clooney who just totally ruins it.
We're not talking about Batman. We're back to Morbius.
Okay, whatever. They're both Bat guys, okay?
Yeah, but Morbius is not the real Batman.
He should be declared a real Batman because he's a vampire.
Yeah, but this movie shouldn't have been called Morbius. It should have been called just Vampires.
No, that's already been taken in other things.
Well, the title of that movie was John Carpenter's Vampires.
Well, if Morbius had done a different way of the script, like show him meeting Blade and helping him take down another vampire, now that would have worked better.
Yeah, have Blade in the series. That would have been nice. Seeing Wesley Snipes maybe returning as Blade.
The half vampire.
Yeah, that movie Blade was actually pretty good. I've seen some of it.
Yeah, I've seen them both. They're really good.
Anyway, maybe some other director like Zack Snyder could get the rights to try to redo Morbius the way he did the Justice League movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. Give us another one and let someone like him do another thing of Suicide Squad with Jared Leto as the Joker once more.
Give him more screen time, see how he can shine.
So anyway, Morbius, not a good movie in our
beliefs
and experiences of cinematic fails. Okay, let's talk. Where is this? Out of the many failures I've seen maybe Morbius would be definitely around the top 5 of the worst.
I'll tell you one thing. The newest films I've only seen in a theater that I did not appreciate one bit. Remember that comedy, 30 Seconds or More?
That one, yeah, could have done a lot.
Take out all the sex stuff, you would actually have a better comedy. But I'll tell you, the worst movie I ever saw in a theater, not counting home video, but I've seen a lot of bad home videos movies, it would have to be that Mortal Kombat movie.
Are you talking about, I can't believe you, are you talking about Annihilation or the one that came out this last year?
Last year, that one where they brought in their own character, which was not in the games at all.
Yeah, I hated the new character. I just hated him. Now, if they brought him in as, and kept him out of Scorpion's bloodline, oh yeah, definitely I would really have enjoyed him then. But putting him as a relative to Scorpion just did not work for me.
Yes, but
I love that Mortal Kombat because they gave us the R rating and the best gore kills of the fatalities I've ever seen.
Yeah, but why are we always getting off of topic of Morbius here?
You're the one that brought that up.
No, you were talking about the ones about cinematic business failures.
I said it would be in the top 5. I didn't say anything else. You're the one that did that, okay? I said it would definitely be in the top 5 of the worst cinematic failures.
And the RoboCop remake and the Total Recall remake.
Oh yeah, those were total crap, man.
But anyway, I wonder what the late Roger Ebert would say about this Morbius film.
He'd probably hate it.
Yeah, like we do. But enough of this all. You've heard our opinions. 50-50.
Just don't waste your money, okay?
Just get it on home video or stream it to try it out. Don't waste your money. Go to the theaters.
Yeah, but if you do, at least you're going to be enjoying the popcorn and soda. That's about the best part, including Jared Leto's performance.
Yeah, and stay tuned for next Saturday with the 16th Saturday. Isn't that the day? 16th?
Well, we're not going to be doing this review on the same day, probably, for the next Sonic movie.
Unless the boys want to do it with us.
Yeah, well, true.
We were planning to see Sonic 2 and give our review about it. But we've heard a lot of good reviews about it. It's really good. But then you get our review for it next week. So in the meantime, he's Debate Brother number 1. I'm Debate Brother number 2. And we're signing out.
Yeah. See ya, folks.